Well, good morning. It's still morning, about 11:15 here. It's February 17th. Pastor Greg here from Faith Lutheran Church in Harvey, North Dakota, coming to you with a quick check-in this week. But a reminder that today is in fact Ash Wednesday, and so I've put myself into the sanctuary with the change in the paraments and the purple cloths on the crosses to kind of get you in the mood for that time frame as we begin this foray down the path that we call Lent at this time of year. So here I am. It's warming up here in in Harvey, North Dakota. We're supposed to be getting close to well into the 20s over the next few days, which will be nice to see after a rather lengthy deep freeze that we had, which is affecting not just us, but of course people all the way down into Texas. So it was a pretty deep freeze, so to speak, no pun intended. In any case, I just wanted to come in and check with you this week. Let's make sure you're doing well, make sure you're checking on your neighbors and all that kind of thing. Also, just to remind you, we do have Ash Wednesday services this evening. There will be no meal. There will be the imposition of ashes as well as communion this evening, and that service tonight starts at 6:30. There's no meal. If I said that before, again, I come at you with these things, no notes, well, mostly no notes, and just kind of try to figure out what's going on. So join me tonight, 6:30. Imposition of ashes will be a little different. And I'll explain that when the time comes. And you're welcome to either join in or you're welcome to just come and reflect on your start to your Lenten week or your Lenten month, or however you're going to take a look at that. So this evening's service is at 6:30, but following next Wednesday and the following Wednesdays through Lent, we will have our service start at 6. This year we're hearing from various members of the biblical tradition, and they are all telling their story of walking with Jesus through being called to his death. And so tonight we'll hear from John, the gospel writer of John, and we'll hear his thoughts on his walk with Jesus and right up to the end. So join us for those. Then, our Monday, Thursday service and Good Friday services will start at 6 o'clock as well. And those will be the traditional things that we've been doing here at Faith for the last 5 years. Monday, Thursdays, the typical Monday, Thursday worship service where we have the meal, as well as we do, we strip the altar of its things so that everything is bare then. And we come back on Friday and we gather around the cross, which will move, by the way. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with my tradition, since I started, I've always had a cross that was portable, and we've always had chairs in our sanctuaries. And so I've always taken the cross and I've put it somewhere in the sanctuary all through Lent. So tonight it's here at the foot, at the foot of the altar area, and that's where we come to the table. That's where we come to receive the ashes. So we're starting this walk down Lent with this reminder that we need to be at the foot of the cross in everything that we do. So that's kind of I think that might be my theme for all of Lent. I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of where we are with that. So join me. Wednesday evenings, join, and if you want to be one of the readers for Wednesday evenings, you don't have to memorize anything. I have the readings are printed out, so they're ready to go for you. So just join. You can grab one of those and look it over, highlight it, do whatever you want to do with it, and then join in and give us your rendition of what that particular biblical character is telling us. So. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you. Sunday mornings, we're continuing worship at 10:30. We, again, have Holy Communion. And so this Sunday, I think we'll continue again offering it both ways. For those who are still uncomfortable coming forward, we'll offer both continuous communion where you come forward, and then the individual communion cups for those who are still concerned. Any case, that's what we're planning on doing until further notice. That might change at any given time, and of course, as numbers change and stuff, we will reevaluate like we've been doing each and every week. Okay, that's what I have to say about that. Join with me. Also, there's no Wednesday evening Bible school this evening, but there will be Wednesday evening Bible school for the next 5 weeks. There will be a meal for them following the worship service, and then the Bible school will meet from 7 to 8 like usual. So join in with that too. All right, so that's what I've got. That's what's going on here at the church now. I think that I don't have my message even really thought about for this Sunday, but all the readings, and I didn't bring the readings with me, so I don't have them here in front of me what they are, but they all have to do with it's all baptismal language, the Genesis text of the flood, and it's Mark's version of the baptism of Jesus, and 1 Peter tells us baptism now saves us. So it's all baptismal language, and so it's a great time. This Sunday is a great time to remember the importance of water and the Word and the Spirit working in our lives. But again, I'm going to focus this Lent I'm going to focus on that cross a lot this Lent, and so to remind us to come to the foot of the cross, to be there with Christ in His death and His resurrection. And the promise that we too will have a death like His and a resurrection like His when our time comes, and that's the good news. That's the part that we should be sharing. It's a great opportunity for us to grasp onto that and to take hold of that remembering. And it's not just here in the church that the cross is. It's everywhere. That's why I move it around. It gets in the way. I had a parishioner once come up to me, and he said, "Pastor, you've been moving that cross around during worship on Sundays." And I said, "Yeah, when pastors hear those kind of things, we're never really sure what to expect." So I hear that, and so I think, well, where are we going with this? And he says, when you put that cross in a place where we kind of have to turn sideways and we kind of get angry about the fact that it's there, and this idea that we're the cross is in our way, he says, then leave it there. See, our cross should always be in our way. The cross should always take us from here to Christ. And that's kind of my thoughts there. That's where I want us to be. I want us to be looking at that cross daily. Let it be in your way. Sometimes it's not comfortable. Sometimes you'll have to kind of try and get around it, but maybe you shouldn't be trying to get around it, but sitting at the foot of it. Thoughts for you today. That's kind of where I am. I haven't made my full thoughts known in my mind yet for Sunday, but that's kind of where I am. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Prayers this week. I really want us to just focus our prayers this week on all the people who are lost. There's people who are physically lost, and we really need to pray for them, because whether they've been trafficked in one way or if they've been, harmed in some way, we need to pray for them. But what I'm talking about is pray for the people who are lost, who think they've lost Jesus, who they think they've lost the Lord, who think they've lost the Holy Spirit. Pray for them that their hearts will be open and that they can be found again and focused again on the Lord and be there. And of course, pray for those who are in need of comfort and so forth. So join me with those kind of prayers this week, and keep focused on Lent. Practice, take on whatever Lent thing you want. Pat, just a real quick thing. Talking with another pastor the other day, he said, he says, what do you tell people to give up? He says, I try to teach them to give up sin. So try to do that this year. So anyway, pray for that. Pray for yourselves in your walk with Jesus. In any case, Blessings to you on this day, and peace to you in this coming Lenten season. And as always, I'd like to tell you to take care.